Politicians are the biggest threat to Constitution, says ex-Chief Justice. The family of Zara Qairina wants tougher charges against the 5 teens accused of bullying her. And one PKR MP calls the new opposition bloc nothing more than a desperate gamble. All that and more coming up. Ever wonder if those making the laws are also the ones most likely to undermine them? At a governance forum in Kuala Lumpur today, former Chief Justice Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat warned that politicians pose the greatest threat to the federal constitution, reaffirming her stance that the Prime Minister should stay out of judicial appointments. Answering a question from the audience, Tengku Maimun briefly remarks that it is politicians themselves who undermine the sanctity of the constitution.
Personally, I would think that the biggest threat would be the politicians. Yeah, because I think, well, perhaps it's better for me not to elaborate.
Tengku Maimun also revealed that during her years as a High Court and appellate judge, she never faced outside interference. However, things shifted once she became Chief Justice.
During my tenure in the High Court, never. During my tenure in the Court of Appeal, also never. Unfortunately, towards the end of my tenure as a Chief Justice, there is a bit of semblance of, attempted interference. But then again, it all depends on the judges.
Tengku Maimun was speaking at Allianz Centre for Governance's forum titled The Sanctity of Malaysia's Federal Constitution, Threats, Solutions and Impacts on National Governance. Her remarks come as debates continue over the independence of Malaysia's judiciary and the role of politicians in upholding or undermining the Constitution. Should the teens accused of bullying Zara face harsher charges? The family of Form 1 student, the late Zara Qairina Mahathir, is urging the Attorney General to toughen the charges against 5 teenagers accused of bullying her. Attorney General Dusuki Mokhtar confirmed the teens will be charged tomorrow in the Kota Kinabalu Children's Court. The charge falls under Section 507C(1) of the Penal Code, which covers threatening or insulting words. The maximum penalty? 1 year in jail, a fine, or both. But Zara's family believes that isn't enough. In a statement signed by 6 lawyers led by Hamid Ismail, they appealed for Section 507D(2) instead. That section deals with provoking someone into harming themselves, and if it leads to suicide, punishment can go up to 10 years. The lawyers stated that if the evidence is still inadequate, prosecution should be halted temporarily while further investigations are carried out. They also warned that if the suspects plead guilty under the lighter charge, double jeopardy rules could block any future stronger charges. Zara was found unconscious near her school dorm in Papar on July 16th and later died in hospital. Police first classified it as sudden death and skipped a post-mortem, a decision now under scrutiny. Since then, rallies have surged across Sabah with the latest in Kota Kinabalu. How do we fight for justice for Zara without breaking laws that protect kids? With several teenagers set to be charged over allegedly bullying Zara Qairina Mahathir, Suakam is reminding everyone justice must run its course, but children's rights come first. The Children's Commissioner says bullying is unacceptable. Still, the accused are minors under the Child Act 2001. That means they're entitled to fair treatment, legal representation, and trauma-informed support. Most importantly, no names, no photos, no schools, no hints of identity. Publishing such details is a crime under Section 15 of the Child Act, punishable by up to 10,000 ringgit, 5 years in jail, or both. Suakam also pointed out that children's courts are closed. Only those directly involved can enter. And they want social media platforms to step up. Harmful posts exposing minors shouldn't wait for takedown requests, because once content goes viral, the loss protection is already lost. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. 12 opposition parties are teaming up. Can this loose pact really shake the Madani government? The new coalition says it's out to tackle issues Putrajaya has failed to fix. The lineup includes Bersatu, PAS, Gerakan Pejuang Muda, and several smaller groups, plus Urimai, which isn't even a registered party yet. Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin said a name will come later, but the mission is clear, to focus on people's struggles.
Kita tak ada, orang kata, tentukan perkara-perkara khusus. Tapi apa saja yang kita fikir ada kepentingan bersama yang menyentuh baik soal politik, ekonomi, sosial, pendidikan, apa-apa hal tentu pun perkara itu kita boleh menggunakan forum dan platform ini untuk bincang bersama-sama dan ambil keputusan bersama-sama. Itu tujuan kita sebenarnya.
Parti Sosialis Malaysia said on Facebook it didn't attend the meeting, has no mandate to join, and wasn't given documents on the pact. Over in Johor, Pasir Gudang MP Hassan Karim called the announcement a positive development for democracy. As GE16 looms in 2 to 3 years, he said the government's edge is cohesion and experience, while Muhyiddin's 12-party pact is still loose and experimental. Hassan also highlighted the coalition's focus on cost of living, taxes and subsidies, comparing it to constant clashes between UMNO and DAP inside the government bloc. So, a new opposition coalition, a fresh force, or just a desperate gamble by fringe parties? A PKR lawmaker has brushed off the 12-party pact, calling it opportunistic and desperate. Sungai Petani MP Taufik Johari said the bloc has nothing in common except wanting to quarrel with the Madani government. In his words, it's Big Brother PAS, Little Brother Bersatu, and 10 fringe groups propping them up. Yesterday, Perikatan Nasional Chief Muhyiddin Yassin unveiled the coalition, which includes Gerakan Muda, Pejuang PSM and others. But PSM later clarified it has no mandate to join. And of the 12, only PAS, Bersatu and Muda actually hold seats in Parliament. Taufik argued the pact won't save smaller parties that keep losing deposits. Still, political tides in Malaysia shift fast. In 2018, PAS had just 18 seats and Bersatu 13. By 2022, both made major gains. PN surged again in the 2023 state polls, almost sweeping Kedah, Taufik's backyard, and cutting deep into Pakatan Harapan's hold on Selangor. However, Malaysia's first past-the-post model punishes smaller parties, discourages voters from backing them, and lets big blocs win seats without even half the vote. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. Why were only 2 out of 8 Sabah Assembly persons charged in the mining scandal? Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim says the MACC prosecuted only 2 out of 8 Sabah Assembly persons linked to a mining license corruption scandal because they had a strong case in court.
8 yang dikaitkan dengan liputan video. Tetapi SPRM bila dia lihat, dia tengok kes itu mesti kes yang kuat untuk didakwa. Saya tercampur. Saya tanya mengapa 2 dalam video itu ada 8. Dia kata kes itu yang boleh berkesan. Kalau tidak, kes itu be thrown out in court.
So far, business person turned whistleblower Albert Tay, Assistant Minister Andi Suryadi Bandi, and Sindumin Rep Yusof Yaakob have been charged. Meanwhile, Anwar says the spike in graft scandals being exposed lately isn't new corruption. It's because the MACC is finally being allowed to act without interference. He cited last week's arrests of several armed forces intelligence officers accused of leaking military secrets to smugglers.
Ketiganya tentang soal tindakan SPRM. Ini saya setuju. Ini bukan perkara ringan. Ia melibatkan badan risikan negara. Tetapi saya nak beritahu Yang Berhormat, dalam kajian awal, ini sejak tahun 2020. Perkara ini yang dapat dikenal pasti sejak 2020. Kalau ditanya mengapa sekarang terbongkar banyak, kerana sekarang kita beri laluan sepenuhnya kepada SPRM. Itu beda dia.
Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution today said police have uncovered a child sex exploitation ring run by a 12-year-old girl. He said police uncovered the case this year, where the girl and 4 friends built a website and sold explicit photos of themselves online.
Tahun ini, 2025, kita bongkar pula, kita tumpaskan pula geng budak sekolah. Itu tentu dengan kerjasama kementerian berkaitan. Umur baru 12 tahun. Dia yang buat laman sesawang ni budak perempuan umur 12 tahun. Pakat dengan kawan-kawan dia 4 orang. Grup dia ramai. Grup WhatsApp dia 762 orang. Masing-masing ambil gambar bahagian tubuh masing-masing kemudian jual. Dan dia berhenti sekolah sebab dia pendapatan dia jauh lebih tinggi daripada pendapatan mak bapak dia.
Saifuddin also revealed that police dismantled a swinger network in Kuala Lumpur last year involving students, civil servants and foreigners with charges filed under Section 372 of the Penal Code.
Pada Ogos 2024, melalui penyusupan pengintipan yang dibuat oleh D7, unit pencegahan judi dan maksiat ni, kita berjaya mengesan laman sesawang yang mempromosikan swinger aktiviti ini ya. Kemudian akhirnya kita serbu satu kondo mewah di Kuala Lumpur. Kita tangkap pelajar universiti awam dan swasta. Kita tangkap penjawat awam. Kita tangkap juga warga asing. Okay, kemudian kita buka kes lah di bawah 372. Ini kanun keseksaan. Sekarang sedang berjalan lah. Ya, pertuduhan sedang dalam proses ya.
Stop the bullying. That's the call from Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who wants action against bullying in schools and workplaces. Education Minister Fatina Sidek also promised swift measures after a recent case in Johor. In our Kini poll, over 1,500 of you took part. 31% said it's about time and strong steps are needed to protect victims. 55% felt it's just talk, doubting real change or accountability. 12% believe tackling the root causes is the key for long-term impact. 2% shared different views. The results show many are still skeptical, but one thing is clear: Malaysians want bullying to be taken seriously, not just with words, but with action. What do you think is the best way to stop bullying? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.